Hey guys, and welcome back. I think it's a bit too sunny. Oh, that's better. Welcome back. We are on episode 3 of the Recession Project, and today's episode is around how you can save money. Now, I started making a list, and throughout the past couple of weeks, it's just gotten longer and longer. And longer and longer and longer and longer. So I'm just going to get straight into it and read them out to you and share some tips on long-term how you can save money. Now, this all relates to home things that you can do. I do have an episode coming in regards to my budget planner, which is totally free, on how you can budget to save for other things. But right now we're focusing on in the home things that you can save. So you would have seen me talk about these on my Instagram page. If not, here is my Instagram page. Pop over and say hello. Is beeswax wraps. I get these from an Australian company. I think she is in Adelaide or New South Wales. These are beeswax wraps. These are actually our replacement for Glad wrap. So we had a mission last year to remove plastics as much as we could, so we don't use Glad wrap anymore, and beeswax are a great alternative. And when the wax on the wraps are no longer user friendly, the paper is actually great to go into your compost bin. We have gotten we have a range of different sizes. We can wrap our bread in it. We can put the wraps over leftovers. We can wrap up sandwiches to take on picnics with us. Very versatile, very handy. They make a great gift for someone. So if you're trying to find a Christmas present, I'll leave the details down below. Her name is Naomi. She is lovely. Let her know I sent you. She does little packs up. They do children's ones, adult ones. A really nice gift to give to someone for Christmas. Now, I have also been trying really hard to not use baking paper in the kitchen, and I have converted over to silicone mats. I've just purchased another 2. The silicone mats I get are around $10 each. I get them from eBay, but you can buy them from a bunch of different stores, from kitchen stores, online. I think Spotlight in Australia sell them. Silicone mats are really a great alternative to using alfoil and baking paper, and again, because you reuse them and reuse them, you are saving money by not buying a roll of Glad wrap for the beeswax wraps, or baking paper or alfoil that just goes in the bin after one use. So we use silicone mats. Now, I also use the silicone mats to bake in. So I actually line my baking trays for baking cakes in a silicone mat if I don't already own silicone molds. So we don't really have tin baking trays. Well, we've got tin baking trays. We don't have like muffin trays that are tin. Everything is silicone. They're very easy to get. You can get them in like Coles, Woolworths, Spotlight, $2 stores, online. The Wish do them. There's a whole range of places you can get them from, but long term, you're not wasting the environment. You are saving money because you reuse it, reuse it, reuse it, reuse it, reuse it, reuse it, and they'll see you through. So I highly recommend investing in some silicone mats for your kitchen. So right now, we don't have Glad wrap, we don't use alfoil, and we don't use baking paper. If you watch my daily Instagram stories, you'll see that I share dinners every night with you, and it's usually put together on a different plate. I do not have a dinner set that matches. I created a little project about 1.5 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, where I actually wanted all of my plates and bowls to not match, mismatch. I was going to the shops and I'm like, I love this plate, but I have a dinner set. I want the plate. So I bought the plate, and right now we've got a range of different plates and bowls. If one breaks, it doesn't matter. I haven't lost a dinner set. I just replace another bowl or plate that I really like. The great thing about this is I can go to secondhand stores, thrift shops, reject shops, $2 shops, Kmart, clearance, and pick up a plate that I like, and I can serve it. So I try and keep them the same shape and in the same color theme. But again, it's just a plate and a bowl, and I love the versatility of being able to have one, use it, and different shapes and different bowls look nice with different foods and patterns. And I just think it's a really creative way to maximize plates and bowls that would usually get thrown out because they don't match your dinner set. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is in regards to cleaners. There are lots of things out there. I recommend you do some research for yourselves. The homemade cleaning products. I use 2 cleaning products. Well, one's not really a cleaning product. I'll explain it in a minute. So I make my own cleaning products. I don't use spray and wipes. I don't use other products that pay potentially between $4 and $6 for a small bottle of solution that is full of chemicals to clean your home. I make my own. I use vinegar. I get leftover orange peel, lemon peel, citrus fruit, put it in a bowl, put vinegar in there with a little bit of dishwashing detergent, and I can boost it up with an essential oil. I just buy the cheap oils, guys, don't judge me. And I make my own. Really handy, really versatile, extremely cost effective. I buy white vinegar, 2 litres for $1.20. The orange and lemon peels are literally leftover things that I've got from cooking, which would have gone in the bin or the compost bin regardless, so technically that's free. And I do buy cheap essential oils, so do the math, works out a lot cheaper compared to paying $6 for a spray and wipe, and I can make my own for under $1. Now the next one I use, I actually have a video on this already, and it's regards to how I clean the mirrors in our house. I have small children. The house we used to live in had mirrors in all of the bedrooms, and my kids, every kid does this, would lick the mirrors, put their fingers on it, put their fingers in their mouth. So I use toothpaste. So when there's an end of a toothpaste roll, I actually cut it open, scrape out what is left in there, and use it to clean my mirrors. And I have actually cleaned windows before as well with it. It works fine, guys, and it's obviously safe for people to put into their mouths. So I basically get a cloth, wipe the toothpaste on, and then with a little bit of water on the cloth, I wipe off and buff. Simple, cost effective, and 9 times out of 10 people have toothpaste in their toothpaste tubes that they don't use because at the end and they can't squeeze enough out for their toothbrush, they throw it out. Don't throw it out. Cut the ends off, scoop it out, clean your mirrors. Alright, so dishwashing powders and nappy sand soaking. I have been trying a few different options. Again, if you watch my weekly Wednesday grocery hauls, you will see that I buy a very, very, very cheap home brand washing powder, and I add a booster into it. It's a third or a quarter of the price to what we used to pay. Family of 4, we do a lot of washing in the house. Kids still spill food on their clothes that I need to soak. You need to challenge yourself when you are purchasing from the store. Don't go to your regular product and wait for it to go on sale to purchase. Look at other things, test other things out. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, come over to my Wednesday grocery hauls and check them out on my Instagram page, and I will share them with you in a couple of hacks. The other hack that I've got in regards to soaking and nappy sand is I don't buy the expensive products anymore. I do have a Coles brand booster one, and I do use it. I make a very simple paste, which I used to do for the nappy sand anyway. I put it onto the item that needs to be soaked. I basically then leave it overnight or for a day or 2, depending on the harshness of the stain. Wash it as per usual, and the stain does get removed. I think this tub here works out to be, I think, $2 or $1.70 compared to potentially paying $10 what I used to pay for nappy sand. So I do say check things out and challenge what is your norm to what you would buy. Don't just look at the brands, do look at other things and try and test things out that are cheaper. You might be surprised. Now my son and I love this one. We love gardening, but this one here I think is really useful, and it's about growing your own. And by growing your own, I don't mean going to the gardening store and buying, my dog's trying to eat my biscuit, going to the garden store and buying little plants. I mean, if you've got tomatoes that are going off in the fridge, literally dig a hole in your garden and plant them. Those seeds will grow. You don't need to dry seeds. I've done it for capsicum, cucumber, chilies, tomatoes. I've got lettuce growing out there. I cut the end of a celery base off and put that in the garden. It started to grow. We don't have a green thumb. Where we used to live, we owned, we had a nice veggie patch out the front. Where we are now, we rent, so everything is in pots, and we are growing things. Some things we have purchased, so we have purchased strawberry plants, and we have purchased, what was the other thing? I think basil, because the possum ate all my basil plants. But again, there are things that you can grow from home using the seeds you already have. It is fun for the kids. It is a nice little hobby. It is free to do, so give it a go. Take some photos and share them with me. We have got a beautiful patch growing outside at the moment. We've actually got tomatoes, and my son cannot wait to pick them. Now in Australia, rules came into place, I think, in 2019, end of 2018, that you cannot use single-use plastic bags. I think that's what it's called. You have to pay for them now. So they're trying to encourage you to use your own bags. Always keep your bags. Oh, sorry guys, I'm having the worst luck with forgetting to charge my batteries. Anyway, single-use plastic bags, don't buy them, don't use them. 1, not environmentally friendly. 2, they charge you like 20 cents sometimes for a plastic bag. Get your own, or buy the plastic bag and reuse it and reuse it and reuse it. I always have 1 in my handbag, 2 in the car. Don't spend money on plastic bags. It's not good for the environment and you're just wasting money. Now, I love a sale. I love a sale more so when it comes to groceries, food, produce, because that is stuff that we consume and eat all the time. I love following Jordan Page. She is, I think, in Utah in America. She has some amazing tips. She does things like shelf cooking and a few other things that I think are really useful, but one thing that she really focuses on, and I do as well, is stockpiling. Now, stockpiling is not hoarding. Stockpiling is when you go to the shops and your tea bags are usually $10 a box and they're on sale for $5 a box. You buy two. You don't buy one, you buy two. And the next time you go shopping and they're on sale again, you buy two. You're slowly building your stockpile up with things that are only on sale, particularly if you've got kids at home. My kids are at home. My kids go to daycare 2 days a week, so they are home 5 days a week. We're out doing activities, but I need to feed those little mouths 5 days a week, and it can get very expensive. My son eats a lot. So I need to make sure when I'm doing my grocery shopping, I'm looking for the sales, and when they're on sale, I'm stocking up. We have a budget of $140 a week to feed a family of 4, 5 if you include the dog, yes, $140 a week. I do allow $10 a week for our red meat, which we purchase from a farm in Western Queensland. If you want to know more about that, check out my Instagram page. But it is doable because I buy things when they're on sale and I stock up. And I make sure that I don't purchase things that I don't need. I don't purchase things that are on sale that I don't need. And I make sure that my stockpile in my home is turned over so things are not going out of date and not being used. I'm so particular about food waste now that I kind of think that if I'm not going to eat the food and it gets thrown out, I may as well just take my $20 and throw it in the bin, because that's what I'm doing with food. Not forgetting the time it takes to grow that food, produce it, transport it, put it in the shops for me to purchase. It's just a real bugbear of mine at the moment not to have food waste. And talking of food, snacks, make your own. If you watch episode 1, I done a massive cook up. It took a couple of days, giving you lots of different tips. Make your own snacks. If you're going on car trips, your kids are going to get hungry. Instead of buying biscuits, make your own. Freeze them. Do a large batch. Freeze them. School lunches, make a bulk of them, put them in the freezer. The kids can take them out. The time they get to school, it's defrosted, they can eat them. You're saving money, you're reducing plastic because you haven't got all these little bags that they're opening up. Make your own. Check out my first video in regards to a bunch of different cooking tips in regards to snacks. You might find some of that very useful. But we do have a very big rule in our house. The kids can have a piece of fruit and something like from the freezer that I take out for them. It could be a biscuit, it could be a muffin, a scone, a pancake I make for them. There's a whole range of things, but make your own. It's so much cheaper, and there are some really easy recipes out there that the people that just are not cooked or cannot cook, you'll be able to make them. Bird almost walked into my house. Okay, next one, cloth nappies. Modern cloth nappies, MCN, whatever you want to call it. If you have little ones that are in nappies, consider modern cloth nappies. I use the brand LuvMe. I do have a discount code I'll leave below. I don't really care which brand that you use. The ones that I use are actually bamboo. I've had them for, my son's almost 4, so 4 years. Still going strong. They have probably saved us thousands of dollars in nappies and thousands of nappies going into landfill. Modern cloth nappies, I think, are a great invention. They are easy to use. There is no soaking, there's no bleaching, there is no scrubbing. You literally have the cloth nappy and the insert. You put a liner inside in case they do a bowel movement, which goes straight into the toilet because the liner is actually flushable, toilet friendly, I guess you could say. Wash them, hang them in the sun, reuse them. They've got multiple clips so you can adjust the height, the fit, the comfort. We didn't use them on our newborns because I just find the nappies were a little bit too bulky, but when they got to about the 3-month mark, I think, cloth nappies were on them 24/7. The only time we use disposable nappies is nighttime, because I do find they just hold more moisture because they're in them potentially for 12 hours, whereas the cloth nappies, I change them every 2 to 3 hours, which you should be doing for disposables anyway, because you don't want your kid walking around in a soiled nappy, do you? So if you are interested, yeah, I do have a discount code below for the brand. It is an Australian brand. She lives on the Gold Coast. Lovely family. She's a mum business who started up quite a few years ago now. Highly recommend them. They also have a range of other products. So my discount code actually gets you, I think it's 10% off their entire range. Lovely company. Go check them out. Okay. So now it's time for you to get a little bit honest with yourself. You need to delete emails. You need to go through your email account and delete any subscriptions you've got to the clothing stores, the shoe stores, the bag stores, the makeup stores, the hair salons, the furniture stores, the decor stores, because when they have a sale, you're more tempted to buy things. You're buying things that you might not need. If you need something, you will keep an eye out for those sales. You will go on and have a look and you'll get yourself a really good bargain. Email subscriptions are designed to entice you, and they have 10% off, 15% off t-shirts, buy one get one half price, because they are overstocked and they're trying to move their stock. And they do it in a way which convinces you to spend your money to purchase something that you probably do not need. So go through all your emails and delete subscriptions that you do not need and you don't want to be enticed to purchase things. Now, this also does apply for social media. If you are someone that is easily influenced, and I used to be one of these people, you need to go through your social medias and delete, unfollow, unsubscribe anyone that tries to sell you products. So some people on Instagram have pages where it's like the Kmart hacks, the latest Kmart items, and you can change it and buy this paint and turn it into this, and then you get this crazy idea, and before you know it, you're at Kmart buying a pot and you've got pink paint, and you've come home and you've created an art piece that you don't need and actually don't know where to put in your house, and it's just a waste of about $30. So follow people that influence you to save money. I can highly recommend watching the WODs on YouTube, and Jordan Page, she has a lovely Instagram account. You're welcome to follow me if you want to, but follow people that actually help you save money, budget, be smart about what you do with your money. Given the climate that we are in and the unforeseeable future, I think it's really important to change your habits now so you are ready for the next few months. These things don't happen overnight. You can't just flick a switch and that's it. It is a process to get done. So start to change who you follow and who influences you to be cautious of your money and your spending. Okay guys, and my last one, I didn't realize I had so many, but this is my last one, I promise you. My last one is fix it, don't replace it. So an example of this here, if you can sew something, hem it and fix it if you love it. I actually have a soap dispenser in my kitchen, and the nozzle broke off when we moved into this house about 5 months ago, and I was like, I should probably go out and replace it, but I was like, you know what, the soap still comes out of the soap dispenser, I don't need to replace it. Now this sounds really trivial, it's only like a $5 soap dispenser. I've got $5, I could literally just go and purchase another soap dispenser. But my point is, it still works and it still functions, and I don't need to replace it. Yes, it is broken, but it functions fine, and that does not bother me at all. This here I actually can't fix, but there are things that you can fix around the house. So if something has a hole in it, sew it back together. There's actually a lady that follows me on my Instagram page. I think it's Nellie's Quilt. I'm gonna leave her details here. She does have a YouTube account, and she actually teaches you how to sew. So if you wanna learn some sewing techniques, check her out, or check someone else out, learn to sew. Kids' toys, if they're broken, see if you can glue them back together and fix things. Or try and turn something into something else. So if a piece of furniture is broken, can you repurpose it into something different? Our kids' sandpit at our old house, it was falling to pieces, so I actually cut the ends of it off, which had like a sunshade on it, because we actually had it sitting underneath the pergola, and I painted it so it actually sealed the timber that was kind of rotting, and it gave us probably like another 4 or 5 months. This was leftover paint we had from painting outside in our patio area. It worked really well, so we ended up using that instead of just throwing it out and replacing it straight away. So guys, that is it for my tips to saving money around the house. I hope you found some of them useful. I would love to know if you have used anything like this in the description, in the comments below. Let me know if you've got any other tips on saving around the house. I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Bye.